Captioning for Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Aflac, Dunkin' Donuts, Verizon, WB Mason, and the Yawkey Foundations.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Fenway Park.
In the first battle for first place, the Bronx Bombers took 2 out of 3 at Fenway Park, but they haven't won a game since. Roger Clemens claimed victory number 299 last week at Fenway and now stands within 1 win of the magical number 300. Today is the Rockets' date with destiny. Live from Yankee Stadium, NESN presents Boston Red Sox baseball. Today, the Red Sox take on the New York Yankees. Hi, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, as always, joined by Jerry Remy. Welcome to Red Sox baseball. The Red Sox and Yankees hoping today to play game 1 of a 3-game series, and the rains have come. It does appear to be lightening up a little bit behind us, though, Jerry.
Well, I think we're going to be around here a long time to play this baseball game. They've got a full house. They're expecting here at Yankee Stadium. Obviously, a huge day for Roger Clemens. They've got a lot of festivities planned for the holiday weekend, so I think we're going to be here a while. It does look better right now than it has at any time since we've been at the ballpark since about 9:30 this morning. So hopefully at some point this afternoon, one thing they can do, they can wait a long time. They can make this into a night game if they have to. So I think they like to play. They're going to have the big crowd, and I think we will play.
Sounds like a player standpoint. From a player standpoint, they definitely want to play today. Both teams are off Thursday, and the way the Yankees have gone lately, they certainly don't want to get in that type of scenario where they have to play on an off day because they haven't played very much lately with on an off day.
Well, and this is an excellent time for the Red Sox to play the Yankees. The Yankees are really reeling right now. Obviously, they've lost 7 games here at Yankee Stadium and having all kind of problems. So I mean, if you get a chance to play them right now, you want to play them now while they're going bad, and hopefully put some ground between you and New York before you head up to Toronto. So, you know, they're struggling right now. I don't know how much longer it's going to last. They're too good a team to have it last this long, but it's a good time to catch them.
Kind of a special day here. A lot of media, as you might imagine, here for Roger Clemens. He goes after his 300th victory. He's brought in some friends and family here into New York as well, and certainly hope we can play today, but an amazing feat really for him.
Well, it is, and it's a special day. You know, he wanted to do it here at Yankee Stadium. The Red Sox obviously going to try to keep him from doing it here at Yankee Stadium this afternoon and hope that he does it against somebody else. But yeah, he has brought in a lot of family and friends, and it's a huge moment. And Roger, throughout his career, has always taken care of a lot of people. I mean, when he has these type of days, he likes to get all the people that have had something to do with it involved, and he's brought them here to Yankee Stadium and hoping that they can celebrate today. The Red Sox have other things on their mind, like winning this game against the Yankees.
Just going to ask you about that lastly. This Red Sox team coming in, playing pretty well, taking 2 out of 3 from the Cleveland Indians, and a big series for them, trying to put away the Roger stuff.
Well, you know, the question is, you know, do they get caught up in this? And I don't really think they do, Don, you know, because a lot of these guys in the Red Sox really not play with Roger Clemens. There's only a few that really know him. And what they're trying to do is come into Yankee Stadium and win some baseball games. Now, if Clemens pitches a great game against them and you get down to the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, of course, they get caught up in the emotion also. That doesn't mean they try to let them off the hook. But the fact is that, you know, they kind of get caught up in the history of it. But I think prior to the ball game, they're just thinking about how they can go out there and beat this guy today.
Well, we hope we have baseball for you today from Yankee Stadium. The Red Sox and Yankees in game 1 of a 3-game series. We will take a break. We come back. Bob Rogers and Jim Rice will be rejoining you.
Well, as you can see, the tarp is on the field at Yankee Stadium. The rain is falling. Jerry Remy, Don Orsillo telling us just moments ago that it seems like it's lightening up, but reports that we have say that it will be a little while before they play baseball at the stadium. But according to the Yankees PR department, they do intend on playing this game today. They have obviously a huge crowd with Roger Clemens going for the win. And you tell me that Yankee Stadium actually drains very well, too.
Drains very well, but still I think you don't want to really take the chance of hurting one of your players. So still, I think the managers, they will go out and look at the field and see what happens.
How much say does Grady Little have in that when they decide to ultimately play? If he goes out there and sees that it's very wet and, like you said, maybe possibly dangerous for some of his players.
Well, the umpires say it's okay to play. You still may be able to play it under protest, but I don't think they're going to take a chance of hurting someone.
All right, we're going to keep you company until we do play baseball. A little bit later, we'll be taking your phone calls. But we figured, because Roger Clemens going for win number 300, to kind of reminisce a little bit about Roger Clemens and bring everybody back. Do you know where you were on April 29th, 1986?
I have no idea.
You know where you were. You were at the 20 strikeout game, the first time around for Roger Clemens against the Seattle Mariners. And it's fanatic, and we'll bring you that right now.
Baseball on NESN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. By your Boston area Lexus dealers, putting the world on notice again. And by Citizens Bank, not your typical bank.
Will you please rise and please direct your attention to the microphones behind home plate and welcome the Marine Forces Reserve Band from New Orleans, Louisiana, under the direction of Staff Sergeant Travis Antoine. They will now play our national anthem.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Yankee Stadium as the precipitation has departed here, fortunately, and we will indeed have baseball today. There was some question as to whether or not we would ever play baseball today, but the rain has finally subsided now for better than 40 minutes. They have worked on this field to get it ready, and we are very close to the beginning of this three-game series here this afternoon. We'll take a little look here, Jerry Remy, as you will know all too well, at what it looked like here a little bit earlier today.
Yeah, up till about an hour ago, Don, it looked like there was no chance that we were going to be playing baseball. Clemens making his entrance into Yankee Stadium this morning. He's already made his warm-up throws down in the bullpen, is going back into the clubhouse to change his shirt and get ready for the ball game. And the ritual that Clemens goes through every time he leaves the bullpen at Yankee Stadium. But boy, I'll tell you, we're fortunate to get this game started at this time. I thought we'd be waiting here till probably 7 o'clock tonight before we got started. It was raining so hard, but incredibly it stopped. They got the field ready very quickly here at Yankee Stadium, and we're expecting a start very shortly.
Understand that the drainage system here has changed fairly recently and is a very good one here at Yankee Stadium, and that it should drain very, very quickly already. Where there were some pretty large standing water spots, that has departed already. And while it is very windy here and on the cold side, the rain is gone. And as Roger made his way out to the bullpen, as you might imagine, the fans here whooping it up at Yankee Stadium, and they have waited here throughout the entire rain delay, mostly under the cover of the overhang. For the most part, we're back into the concourse area, but you got the feeling today, Jerry, that the Yankees are going to play this game no matter what, no matter how long both teams waited today.
Absolutely. Scheduled for a 1 o'clock start. I mean, we could have sat here till 9 o'clock tonight before they got it started. Full house. And of course, you know, for the Yankee fans right now, this pursuit of 300 for Clemens, is pretty much just what they needed, because their club is playing terrible baseball, and especially here at Yankee Stadium. I mean, we got into town last night and we were watching obviously a lot of the sports shows, and they've been all over the Yankees for their poor play recently. So the focus today for these fans is Clemens number 300, but also getting their team back on track. Red Sox with a game-and-a-half lead. They catch the Yankees really at a perfect time.
Well, here today as guests of Roger Clemens, you might imagine some of his ex-teammates and some Boston Red Sox. Marty Barrett is on the right, Spike Owen on the left. There's a few of the Red Sox that are here for this bid for 300 this afternoon. We understand that Bruce Hurst is also here at the ballpark, and Rich Gedman among others. They are in that box supplied by Roger Clemens that is just below us here at Yankee Stadium, and they are certainly glad that he has that chance here today. And certainly the forecasters in the New York area were not calling for this rain to stop anytime soon, but it has. And we'll have baseball here today. On the other side of the docket, Roger Clemens for the second time really in less than a week will go up against Tim Wakefield. Wakefield pitching very well last time out against the Yankees and Roger Clemens, but did not come away with the victory, but gets another shot today. And the Yankees, as Jerry mentioned, coming into today's action, really struggling at home, something they have really not done in recent memory. They have now lost 11 of their last 14 games, including 7 in a row right here at Yankee Stadium. And today the Red Sox and Yankees open up this 3-game series.
Well, they've also had a number of injuries, and most recent Bernie Williams going on to the Sabre list. Cartilage tear in his knee that has required surgery, be out for 4 to 6 weeks. They have called up Juan Rivera. Rivera will be playing in left field. They've moved Matsui to center field to try to replace Bernie Williams. So in the early going, they've had Jeter on the disabled list. They've had Mariano Rivera on the disabled list. They're both back, obviously. And just when they get healthy, Bernie Williams goes on the DL. So there's Matsui as we take a look at him. They feel like he's the best defensive outfielder. That's why they shifted him to center field and keep Rivera out in the left field, where he's had some experience in the past.
Well, the Yankees are able to take 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox at Fenway Park in the first meeting of the year between the two clubs. And now the second meeting of the season coming up, and the first here from Yankee Stadium. The wind, as we mentioned, is kind of a swirling wind at the moment. The big flag out there in left center field is kind of blowing inward. And I guess the best indication here would be those flags that are above the facade in center field, and they appear to be tilted from left to right. And again, it is a swirling, cool day here today.
It's brightening up right now. Almost looks like the sun is trying to fight its way through. And boy, an hour ago, you'd have never guessed this.
Well, interesting to note as we begin today, no pitcher has ever won his 300th game against the Boston Red Sox. Of course, 2 members of the Red Sox have won 300 in a Boston uniform. Cy Young in 1901 and Lefty Grove in 1941. But the Red Sox would be trying to prevent Roger Clemens today from winning his 300th. And here comes the Yankees, led by Roger Clemens, onto the field. Well, the sun is shining now as it peeks its way through the clouds. And a look at the Red Sox starting lineup. Johnny Damon in center field. Todd Walker at second base. Nomar at shortstop with Manny Ramirez back in left. Trot Nixon in right. Kevin Millar's the DH. Shea Hillenbrand at first. Bill Miller at third base. And Doug Mirabelli does the catching.
The Yankee defense is brought to you by your Boston area Lexus dealers. They are 5th in the league. They've made 31 errors in 50 games. Robin Ventura will be the third baseman. Derek Jeter at shortstop. Alfonso Soriano at second. And Jason Giambi at first. Left to right, Juan Rivera, Hideki Matsui, and Raul Mondesi. Jorge Posada doing the catching. And, of course, on the mound, Roger Clemens. Clemens on the season, 6-2. The 2.92 ERA. That's 10th best in the American League in ERA. He had 67 strikeouts. That's second behind teammate Mike Messina. And the only story today, Roger going for career win number 300. The Red Sox going to do everything they possibly can to try to not let that happen here at Yankee Stadium.
The umpiring crew, Bill Miller in behind the plate, Paul Emmel at first base, Joe West at second, and Jeff Kellogg, the umpire, at third.
Well, let's check today's game notes brought to you by New England Toyota dealers. Yankees 7 straight home losses, the longest streak since they lost 10 in a row here at the stadium back in '86. Nomar with a 25-game hit streak is 8th longest in team history. And as I mentioned a bit earlier, 67 strikeouts, 10 behind Mike Mussina, who leads the American League with 77.
And where available, today's broadcast can be heard in Spanish by using the SAP function on your TV set.
Buenas tardes, amigos.
Roger Clemens looking for his 7th victory this season and his 300th of his career. And if you're dealing with Johnny Damon here momentarily, Grady Little has come out from the Boston dugout to talk to the home plate umpire Bill Miller right out of the gate. And he appeared to be pointing perhaps to his wrist. Not sure what that's about.
Now right away now the umpire is going to go out with possibly Clemens. The second base umpire West is coming in, so we'll see what this is all about.
Well, gamesmanship right out of the gate here perhaps. Oh, the back of the glove appears to have something on there.
Yeah, the glove is supposed to be uniform in color. And you can see that patch that is on the back there. Obviously hard to read right now what exactly that patch is. So they may make Clemens switch gloves here right off the bat.
Where that is white on black, it would really appear that that would be a problem, as they will indeed switch gloves. And little gamesmanship right out of the gate here.
Well, we'll see how that plays right off the bat. Interesting.
And Grady back out now to talk to Bill Miller.
Now, generally, that complaint will come from a player that is sitting on the bench noticing that. They'll make that aware to the manager. The manager goes out and makes that request with the umpire.
Well, the umpire giving the indication that today you can blow on your hands on the mound. Roger Clemens ready to go. Johnny Damon in on the left side, and here we go. Strike one to Damon. The flashbulbs went off all over Yankee Stadium with that first pitch today from Roger Clemens. Damon at 253, 5 homers and 19 runs batted in. Chops it right side. Soriano on to Giambi, one down.
Well, we understand that patch on Clemens' glove was a commemorative Roger Clemens 300 win patch. So that has been taken away from Clemens. And his old glove back out.
There was another one higher on the back of the hand also that I happened to notice. Looked like it was TPX or something also.
Oh, that's okay because that's logo from the glove manufacturer.
Even though it is white?
Yeah.
Todd Walker, the second baseman, checking in at 321 now in the top 10 in the league, batting 9th overall in the American League. Fouled off the left side, backing out of play.
Roger Clemens, 300 wins. A little premature to have on that glove.
The 1-1 to Walker. Fouled it off at the dish.
Walker's had good success against Clemens. 7 for 16 in his career against Roger. Pretty good splitter though that time from Clemens.
Got him. First strikeout of the day for Clemens. 2 down.
Well, the splitter down and away to get a second strike, then back upstairs with the fastball. And it looks like early here Roger has better velocity today than he did at that start at Fenway Park. Very tardy with the swing. Todd Walker there. He had 7 strikeouts in his last outing against the Red Sox and only walked 1.
Now he'll face Nomar, riding the 25-game hitting streak. And looking for ball 1. During the 25-game hitting streak, hitting at 371. The longest streak in the major leagues this season. And the second longest streak of Nomar's career. That's his career best 30-gamer in 1997. Half-hearted swing there, and it's 1-1.
Boy, that wind is really whipping around Yankee Stadium.
inside, 2-1. Omar against Roger, just a 167 batting average. With only one home run that came on the homestand against the Yankees. There's a back pitch, 2-2. And for the first time today, maybe the first of many, Yankee fans coming to their feet here at the stadium. To left center field, Matsui over and there for out number 3. 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox. The Yankees coming up.
Don Orsillo, Nesson Red Sox play-by-play. Jerry Remy, Nesson Red Sox color commentary. New England's Red Sox broadcast team on Nesson. We've got your Sox covered.
Back at Yankee Stadium, the Red Sox don't score in the top of the first. New York coming to the plate in the bottom of the first. Derek Jeter to lead it off. Hideki Matsui at center. Alfonso Soriano at second base. Jason Giambi at first. Jorge Posada does the catching. Robin Ventura at third. Raul Mondesi in right. Juan Rivera in left. And Todd Zeile, the DH, bats ninth.
Red Sox defense brought to you by the Boston area Lexus dealers. The Red Sox 8th in the league with 33 errors on the season. Bill Miller will be at third base. Nomar the shortstop. Todd Walker at second. And Shea Hillenbrand, who right now is getting a new glove at first base. Left to right, Manny Ramirez, Johnny Damon, and Trot Nixon. Doug Mirabelli behind the plate. And on the mound, Tim Wakefield. Wakefield at 4-2, 4.50 ERA. He pitched very well in that last matchup against Clemens. 3 runs on 4 hits in 7 innings. He walked 2, and he struck out 6 Yankees.
Derek Jeter to lead it off. Jeter at 309, a home run, and 6 runs batted in. The Yankees have lost 11 of their last 14, 7 in a row here at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, they've juggled that lineup with Bernie Williams out of there. They have put Jeter in the leadoff spot. They've moved Soriano to the number 3 hole, and Matsui hitting second.
Jeter sends it foul off the right side, 2-1. He was 2 for 5 yesterday in the final game of the series against Toronto, including a solo home run, which was his first home run of the year. The Toronto Blue Jays came in and swept the Yankees in a 4-game series here in New York.
Right now, there's quite a few empty seats at Yankee Stadium. Maybe a lot of those folks thought the game was going to be rained out.
52 degrees to begin the ball game here today. Jeter, fans on it. Strikeout number 1 for Tim Wakefield.
Well, you would think, Don, that these windy, swirling conditions would help Wakefield's knuckleball in this ball game. The knuckleball with 2 strikes to Derek Jeter. Down and away from Jeter to pick up the strikeout.
Bill Miller has gotten some sunglasses at third base. The sun is in and out of the clouds here as it's tried to peek through on a couple of different occasions. So the Red Sox infielders trying to get some sunglasses, and Bill Miller now has some. Matsui to bat for the first time today and fouls it off at the plate. 266, 3 homers, and 30 runs batted in his first season in the major leagues. And a grand slam in the Yankee opening day home opener here back on April 8th. Became the first Yankee in franchise history to hit a grand slam in his first game at Yankee Stadium. Matsui with 3 home runs so far this year after hitting 50 a year ago in Japan. A 1-2 from Wakefield. Got him. Back-to-back Ks to begin the day for Tim Wakefield.
Well, Matsui has now faced Wakefield 4 times, 0 for 4 against Tim. Knuckleball again to pick up the second strikeout.
Now Alfonso Alonso Soriano's in the 3 spot. The Yankees second baseman hitting at .318, 15 homers and 36 runs batted in. The home run total tied for the top spot in the American League with A-Rod and Carlos Delgado, who also have 15 home runs this year. There's 3 men tied atop the American League list in home runs. Wakefield quickly ahead 0-2.
That looked like the curveball that time from Wakefield.
Ready with the 0-2 pitch. On the ground at third. Bill Miller can't handle it, and aboard at first is Soriano.
Bill Miller picks up his 4th error of the season. Was in good fielding position, but the ball just bounced up and hit him. It looked like on the wrist. And of course, with Soriano's speed, once he bobbled it, no chance at all to get him at first base.
Miller charged with the error. Soriano at first, and here's Jason Giambi. The batting average is uncharacteristic of Jason Giambi at .210, 9 homers and 29 runs batted in. There goes Soriano on the first pitch. A strike to Giambi, and the throw on the tardy side. The theft for Soriano. Had 41 stolen bases last year. He steals second base here.
Didn't waste any time. First pitch from Wakefield. He's off and picks up number 13. Little peek back toward home plate, but the head for a slide and not even close at second.
And the pitch to Giambi had been a strike. So now Wakefield with the 0-1. Giambi pops it up into shallow left. Ramirez coming on, and Manny's there for out number 3. We played one from Yankee Stadium. No score.
Right. Got it. Yeah. Well, that's great news. I appreciate it. Goodbye. Well, I've got some fantastic news.
I'm out of here.
No, it was Geico. Just saved myself a bunch of money on my car insurance.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car.
Choosing the best small car to drive is easy. Go with one that's been on Car and Driver's 10 Best list 4 years in a row. One with a 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain extended service plan. One that comes in your choice of sporty styles. Ford Focus. Then choose from these great deals. 0% financing for 60 months or $3,000 cash back. There are more ways to save on Focus than ever. So choose your model, choose your color, and choose your deal. Only at your New England Ford dealer.
If you haven't looked at Ford lately, look again.
Live, local, late breaking. If this isn't reality TV,
Yes, it is.
it's news to us.
Sox win it 6-5.
Red Sox baseball on Nesson. Get real. Go Sox. Reality TV at its most competitive. 2 teams compete. Strategy helps, but only one survives. Red Sox baseball on Nesson. Get real. Go Sox. Stay tuned after every Red Sox game on Nesson for extra highlights, extra interviews, and extra analysis on WB Mason's Extra Innings. After the last inning, the action's just beginning.
Back at Yankee Stadium, the Red Sox and Yankees have played an inning, no score. And Roger Clemens returning to the mound.
Well, the 2003 Bay State Summer Games will be held from July 10th through the 20th in Boston and Central Massachusetts. Over 9,000 athletes from across the Commonwealth will compete in 24 sports. For more information, call 781-932-6555 or visit baystategames.org.
Well, in the first inning, the Red Sox went to 1-2-3. Johnny Damon grounded out. Todd Walker struck out, and Nomar flied out to center field. Clemens will face Ramirez, Nixon, and Millar this inning. Well, the road 0 to 300 for Roger Clemens. Of course, went through Boston first. His very first win on May 20th of 1984 at Minnesota. The 100th win in '90 at Seattle. The 200th win came as a member of the Toronto Blue Jays here, oddly enough, at Yankee Stadium. All of these wins have come in May as you get to 299. Of course, the 21st of this month at Fenway Park on the last homestand. As today he goes after his 300th. Manny Ramirez, who grew up in the shadows of Yankee Stadium, booed here at Yankee Stadium. 309, 7 homers and 31 runs driven in. Roger after his 300th, but he is also drawing nearer to the 4,000 mark in strikeouts. He needs 24 strikeouts to become only the 3rd pitcher to reach 4,000. Joining Nolan Ryan and Steve Carlton. Ryan, of course, the all-time leader, 5,714. Strike one to Ramirez. I think some wondered what kind of ill effects, if any, Roger would have after being struck on the hand by a Bill Miller line drive at Fenway Park last week, but it does not appear that his velocity at all has been affected. And really, there was no doubt that he would make the start here today.
Yeah, he made that announcement right after the game last time out, so apparently was not very concerned about the ball that did hit him off the wrist.
The 1-1 to Manny. 1-2 as he waves at that pitch.
See, that's the dangerous thing about Clemens. When he has that good split-fingered fastball, and we've seen about 3 or 4 real good ones, that makes them awfully tough. You just can't sit on that fastball all day.
Missing that time, evens up at 2-2. The Yankees outfield, they move Matsui to right center field a step or two, expecting Manny perhaps to go the opposite way. Somewhat of a gap out there in left center. Windy, raw, damp day in New York. The 2-2 to Manny. Missing in a full count.
Manny hasn't had much success, as you can see, against Clemens, but he does have those 3 home runs.
His 9 walks against Roger. The payoff pitch. Driven to left on a line. That will one-hop the wall. Juan Rivera playing the ricochet, but Manny's headed for second base, and he's got himself a leadoff double to begin things in the 2nd inning.
Manny was all over this fastball from Clemens. It's going to be up and in, and of course expecting that pitch in that count, and he just rifles it down to that left field corner. Very careful is Rivera out in that corner playing the carom, but Ramirez in the second base with the double, his 13th of the season.
So Manny stands at second, and here is Trot Nixon. Nixon hitting at 184 over the last 14 games. Struggling lately, 7 for his last 38. Has always enjoyed good success against Roger Clemens. He's now under 300 with the recent slump that Trot has been in, down to 297. 3 homers and 22 runs batted in. Average at one point was at 344 prior to this bit of a tailspin as Clemens bluffs off the backside of the mound, sending Manny back to the bag. is away, 1-1. The number is very impressive against Roger Clemens, including 2 home runs. And up top that time, and Nixon couldn't hold off. 1-2.
A couple of high fastballs from Clemens. Now let's see if he tries to put him away with that splitter.
At second, and the 1-2 got him. Nixon goes lunging, second punch out for Roger Clemens.
Now there it is, a couple of high fastballs to get ahead of Trot, then down and away again with that split-fingered fastball. Such a nasty pitch. It's such a hard pitch to lay off as a hitter. You see it, it looks like a fastball. The bottom falls out and is generally out of the strike zone. As a matter of fact, that's where pitchers want it. They want it out of the strike zone.
Nolan Ryan, of course, at the top of that list, 5,714. And Roger now 22 from 4,000 with his 2 strikeouts so far here today. There's Kevin Millar, the DH today. Grounds it foul over by the Boston dugout. 291, 5 homers, and 29 runs batted in. An hour and 42-minute rain delay is what they tell us up here today prior to the ball game. And we are underway in game 1 of this 3-game series between the Red Sox and the Yankees. Up and away, snap throw to second, and Manny's able to get back.
They give Manny all kind of room up at second base. They're really split, both Soriano and Jeter. And those are the circumstances when Manny stole third in Kansas City. They paid no attention to him at all. Although Posada paid a little attention to him on that pickoff attempt.
And Jeter is a fair distance over there toward shortstop, away from him, and Soriano at second as well. One and one to Kevin Millar. Shea Hillenbrand waiting on deck. The Red Sox batting here in the second inning. Ramirez with a leadoff double stands at second base with now 1 out in the inning. Fouled up into the upper deck above us. Roger would certainly like to go all the way in this game today. Made 93 consecutive starts without a complete game. The longest such streak in Yankee history. The Red Sox certainly have other ideas. The 1-2. Millar hits it outside of third and foul. May have broken the bat with that foul ball and did.
First time today that Clemens has thrown that splitter that really stayed up in the zone. That one stayed about belt high, but unfortunately for Millar, pulled it foul and broke the bat on top of it.
And Posada out to talk to Clemens. Last year, of course, Clemens recording his 17th season with a winning record. Joining only 3 others, Hall of Famers, who had at least 17 winning seasons, in which they started at least 15 games. Grover Cleveland Alexander, Cy Young, and Warren Spahn, all in that category. And there are many numbers right along those lines for Roger Clemens. Ramirez at second, the 1-2. Millar sends a line drive into left field. Manny had to wait. He will scamper to third. It looked as if either Jeter or Ventura would be able to grab that perhaps at first look. And on at first with a base hit, he is Millar. To third goes Ramirez.
I agree with you, Don. There's no choice for Ramirez to kind of hold tight around second base. You've got to make sure this ball gets through and is not caught. If Ventura catches that, you've got a double play to end the inning. So for that reason, Manny can only go as far as third base.
So runners at the corners, 1 out, and here is Shea Hillenbrand. Shea getting the start at first base today for the Red Sox. 297, 2 homers, and 35 runs driven in. Shea had his 9-game hitting streak snapped yesterday. During the streak, he hit at .313. Hard stuff up and in. For 14 for Shea Hillenbrand against Roger Clemens. Shea right now is tied for 6th in the league with 16 doubles on the year. The doubles leader is Bill Miller, who's got 19. Hillenbrand sends it foul off the right side, 1-1. Well, the Red Sox would love to chip away here early at Roger Clemens. Runners at the corners, 1 out.
It's also back-to-back games for Clemens against the Red Sox, and you know, I'm not so sure hitters have an advantage. Obviously, guys come to the mound with different stuff in every outing. Sometimes it's better than others.
Now the 1-1. On and away, 2-1. Roger making his 11th start of the season here today. And is 6-2 in this season for New York. They got off to such a terrific start for the Yankees at one point, 18-3. But things have been a little bit different lately around here in New York. Roger with a bluff to third and a gander at first, doesn't throw to either destination.
Now it's very clear that this game will go at Roger Clemens's pace. They always do.
Deliberately?
Very slow, very deliberate. Then you get Wakefield on the other side, who just gets the ball and throws it.
Now the 2-1. Hillenbrand lifts it in the air to right towards the corner. Mondesi moving over into the corner. Does he make the catch? No. And he went hard into the wall. It was Mondesi who ran into a wall last year and was injured for the better part of 6 weeks. Run into another one here.
And that ball hit right on top of the wall down there in that right field corner. And Mondesi toe first and then knee into the wall. Seems to be okay though as he runs it off.
He evens up at 2-2 to Shea Hillenbrand. The Yankee infield a double play depth with 1 down. Runners at the corners. And Hillenbrand rifles it foul back below us. Manny Ramirez with a leadoff double stands at third. Millar with a single at first. 1 down in the inning. Clemens ready with the 2-2. Hillenbrand shoots it right side into right field for a base hit. Manny Ramirez comes from third, and the Red Sox strike first on top, 1-0.
2 strikes on Hillenbrand, trying to stay away from the strikeout, trying to make contact, and he will, and put it between first and second. Kevin Millar, who was at first base, had to do a little dance to make sure that ball did not hit him. It gets by Soriano, and the Red Sox have the 1-0 lead.
So the third hit of the inning, end of the game for the Red Sox, leads to a run. Ramirez is in. 2 on, 1 away for Bill Miller. He only takes strike 1. Miller hitting at .390, 3 homers and 21 runs driven in. Sits safely in his last 21 starts, sitting at .463 over the last 21 games. Now, the deceiving word there is starts. He did have a couple of pinch hitting appearances where he did not get hits. The games that he has started, he has had hits in 21 of them, and it has been a marvelous May for Bill Miller. His .449 batting average in May, leading all the major leagues. He will send it down the left field line. On the move is Juan Rivera, but that'll buckle back into the seats. Ramirez doubled to begin the inning. Nixon struck out. Kevin Millar singled. Red Sox had runners at the corners when Hillenbrand was able to punch one through the right side of the Yankees infield. And the Red Sox on top 1-0 against Clemens. Still batting here in the top of the second inning. Strike 3 to Miller. He'll take with him the third strikeout of the day for Roger Clemens. 2 down.
Miller may have had some other pitch on his mind because this fastball is right down the middle of the plate.
Number 28.
Miller could not pull the trigger. Clemens with a couple of strikeouts in this inning. 3 now total.
So 2 outs, and it brings up Doug Mirabelli, who has been catching Tim Wakefield and catching Casey Fossum as well. So back-to-back starts for Mirabelli, batting 9th today. Over the last 16 games, Doug has hit at .304. It was after a very tough beginning to the year, as Mirabelli started 0 for his first 15. And Clemens going up top, and Mirabelli late 1-1. Roger Clemens has had to throw 38 pitches here out of the gate in an inning and 2/3. So he's had to really work here in the second inning after a pretty quick and tidy first. And again getting one by Mirabelli, 1-2. Clemens with 3 strikeouts so far in the afternoon. Millar at second, Hillenbrand at first, and 2 down. The 1-2 up and away. Mirabelli didn't chase.
Posada and Clemens trying to climb the ladder with Mirabelli. Got him to chase a couple of high fastballs. See if he'd even chase one a little bit higher.
Sends it foul back to the backstop. And Doug has started behind the plate, and this marks the 17th time this season. The Red Sox are 10-6. Tim Wakefield now has a 1-run lead in which to work with. We'll see if they can add to it. The 2-2. Again, Mirabelli able to slice it foul back to the backstop.
Now Wakefield's been in that dugout a long time. Been a long half inning for the Red Sox. You like to see, when you're sitting down there that long, you like to see the results, a little more than 1 run on the board.
A little more room to work with. Mirabelli's had a pretty good at bat here against Clemens. It's been lengthy. Here comes the 2-2. And again, he fouls it off.
And all these pitches fouled off right now by the Red Sox. I mean, if Roger's thinking about 9, he might have to make 200 pitches to do it.
Well, Posada out again to talk to him. Well, Stottlemyre, the pitching coach for the Yankees. Certainly there was a lot of concern here as to whether when the rain stopped would that be it for the day, because they did not want to get Roger started and then have it rain and have him come off and then try to bring him back again. They wanted to make sure that when they did start today that the rain was out of the area. And so far that has been the case. Again the 2-2. Mirabelli does not chase a full count now. With 2 outs, the runners will be in motion. Johnny Damon waiting on deck, the top of the Boston order. And the payoff pitch. Mirabelli slices it foul. Doug has fouled off a bevy of Roger Clemens offerings here. And the at-bat continues. The next pitch from Clemens to Mirabelli will be the 10th of the at-bat. And Roger will now go to work at the bottom of the cleats in behind the mound. He's certainly going to do this at his own pace today.
What happened to that 12-second rule? Hey, he just got married. What's he doing here? He's supposed to be on a honeymoon.
Rudy trying to cheer on Roger with 2 outs here in the top of the 2nd inning. The 3-2. Mirabelli strikes out. Back-to-back Ks for Clemens, 4 and all. But Red Sox get a run and lead it 1-0.
Sports Plus Wednesday night. You missed great sports talk and a whole lot of this.
Let's talk a little bit about Clemens, because it is all about Clemens. And we all know that he's blessed with talent, but what makes him special is that he competes.
And I'm not putting down Pedro at all here, but if that was Roger, he wouldn't have even told anybody something was hurt.
The Boston Globe Sports Plus, sponsored by Sam Adams, Wednesday night after Red Sox baseball on NESN.
NewEnglandPGA.com returns on NESN for our 4th season. Before you hit the links this year, tune in to NESN on Sundays at 7:30 p.m. and Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. As host John Dennis visits some of New England's best golf courses. Join us as we visit the Orchards, the Ranch, Riverbend, Queechee, Woodstock, Bethel Inn, and more. More tips, more info, more places to play. It's NewEnglandPGA.com, and it's here on NESN, Sundays at 7:30 p.m. and Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m.
New England's great outdoors. Peaceful. Tranquil. Not anymore. With a whole new season of NESN Outdoors. Hosted by the Mad Fisherman Charlie Moore. With a new lineup of outdoor programming, including Charlie Moore Outdoors, Divers Down, Northeast Journal, and the debut of Camo Country. For outdoor adventure and a whole lot of more, it's NESN Outdoors. Sponsored by Obashan Hardware. Sundays at 8 on NESN. Read about it after the game in the Globe. Learn about it before the game on the Boston Globe pregame report. It's New England's Red Sox pregame show and a whole lot more. 1/2 hour before game time on NESN.
Don Orsillo and Jerry Remy back at Yankee Stadium, ready for the last of the 2nd inning. Red Sox on top 1-0. And Tim Wakefield, after a long wait, back out there on the mound for the 2nd. Posada, the catcher, who has batted down in the order for the Yankees, but with some of the Yankees missing, namely Bernie Williams, he is back up to the 5th spot, hitting at .261, 12 homers and 23 runs driven in.
And Posada's got a new little stance going, a very relaxed stance. Very different than what we saw at Fenway Park. Watch how he just kind of flips that bat down there and shifts the weight.
Lined right at Bill Miller, able to snare it for out number 1. Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Bob's Stores. We know our customers and the brands they live in. By Coors Light, cold down easy. And by Volvo, the official vehicle of the Red Sox. 1 down in the second inning. Robin Ventura, the third baseman. Well, Jerry, we have been in here before when there has been a large media contingent, but I don't remember anything quite like this.
No, this is very similar to what it would look like in a World Series game here at Yankee Stadium.
They're like 2 deep at the back of the press box, which is a fairly good-sized press box. And they are back up there in that back area. All the booths here, for the most part, are being shared, including ours. We have some friends from ESPN right here in the booth with us.
Yeah, ESPN Radio doing the game from the back bench, as they call it.
Rob Dibble is right up back here in this area behind us, as ESPN Radio is sharing the booth. Us can't hear them. They're a good distance, good 5 feet behind us.
Plus, they have plexiglass up there, too, to protect them. So.
Take my word for it, Rob Dibble is somewhere back there. And pretty much all the booths are that way, but Jerry, I'm really surprised we got this game in here today with when we arrived here looking at the rain.
Well, I figured they were going to. I really thought we'd be here till 9 o'clock tonight waiting to start this game.
The 3-0 up and away and a 4-pitch walk to Robin Ventura. The first walk of the afternoon offered by Tim Wakefield.
Number 43,
One out, one on. Raul Mondesi, the right fielder, coming up, checking in at .312, 9 homers and 29 runs batted in. Well, the Yankees coming into today's action, of course, behind the Red Sox. New York a game and a half back behind the Red Sox to begin this series. They left Boston with a 1-game lead. The Red Sox here with a game and a half lead. The Yankees had not been out of first place, excluding opening day, of course, this year, since June 26th of last year. For the remainder of last season and all of this season. Until last Friday, when they lost to Toronto and fell into second place behind Grady Little's Red Sox. Up and in, and Wakefield now having a little spell of wildness. 7 balls in a row from Tim. Back-to-back walks from Wakefield. We'll bring Tony Cloninger to the mound. As Ventura and Mondesi walked on 8 successive balls thrown by Wakefield. And that'll be Juan Rivera. Moved into the Yankee order with Bernie Williams on the DL for what appears to be an extended time. Rivera .250, no homers and no runs batted in. He is 3 for 12 in 3 games started in left field for New York since being recalled from AAA Columbus prior to Friday's game here at Yankee Stadium. Numbers from Columbus so far this season of 41 games. 327 for Rivera. Made his major league debut for the Yankees in 2001. There's a strike, and Wakefield quickly ahead 0-2. Last year hit .265 for New York in 28 games with the Yankees, spending the bulk of the season with the Columbus Clippers. Ventura at second, Mondesi at first, one down. 1-2. Was Pedro Martinez placed on the DL yesterday. The Red Sox activating Matt White before the ball game today. The 1-2 sent foul off the right side. White had been rehabbing last in Pawtucket, and now he is eligible to pitch here today.
Yeah, adds another left-handed to that Red Sox bullpen. Of course, Chen will get a start here tomorrow against the New York Yankees. So now Embry and Matt White, two lefties working out of the bullpen for the Red Sox. Pedro can come off over the weekend, right?
It was retro.
Yeah.
So he could pitch as early as Saturday in Toronto. It was kind of interesting. At first, it sounded like rest was going to be what he needed, but it sounded today, and listening to Grady Little before the ball game, that he's going to continue to throw every day to kind of see where he's at. So instead of rest, he'll continue to throw to judge where he's at, and that's not off the mound yet. He's just been doing long tosses he did in the outfield at Fenway yesterday. And it did not appear that he did that here today, but of course it rained here, and neither of the teams were on the field prior to the game. 1-2, swung on and missed. Tim Wakefield, his third K, came at a pretty good time. It's out number 2.
Well, for too bad as Wakefield could not find the strike zone, but nothing but strikes to Rivera. So Wakefield now with the 3 strikeouts on the afternoon. Clemens with 1 more than Wakefield. Clemens has the 4.
Two down for the number 9 hitter, the veteran Todd Zeile. DH at 200, 4 homers and 13 runs batted in. Played with many teams, including the crosstown Mets. Remember the Mets for the Subway Series here in 2000 between the Yankees and the Mets. The .231 career hitter against Tim Wakefield. Nasty pitch in there for a strike, 0-2.
A curveball that time from Wakefield. Buckle the legs of Todd Zeile.
Zeile last year in 144 games with Colorado. He had 18 home runs and hit .273 at 87 RBIs. Chop to third, tough hop. Miller with it. The throw is good and in time, and the inning is over. The Yankees don't score. We played 2. Boston on top, 1-0.
Fill your glasses for a toast.
Champagne?
Good move. A quality beer drinker doesn't compromise a Samuel Adams lager. Always a good decision.
Suarez, I have some good news. I'm taking you out.
Oh, you said you had good news.
I do. I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico. Give me the ball.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
For extra convenience, extra value, and extra service, stop at Extra Mart. When you're on the go, you need a little extra. Fuel up on Extra Mart's Deli Joe sandwiches, Brew Boy coffee, and more. For your car, Extra Mart offers the brands you know at competitive prices.
Pick up irresistibly delicious, extra nutritious Nesquik in a wide variety of flavors and sizes. Nesquik, milk made fun.
With over 150 locations throughout New England, be smart. Shop Extra Mart.
The Hyundai Elantra, a comparison. More standard features than a Toyota Corolla CE, including front side impact airbags. All for over $1,100 less when comparably equipped. And only the Elantra is protected by America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. Looks like we have a winner. Test drive the Hyundai Elantra, nicely equipped for just $12,199 at your Hyundai dealer. Get a 2003 Elantra with $1,500 cash back or 0% APR.
Read about it after the game in the Globe. Learn about it before the game on the Boston Globe pregame report. It's New England's Red Sox pregame show and a whole lot more. 1/2 hour before game time on NESN.
Back at Yankee Stadium, Johnny Damon in there showed bunt and took a strike from Clemens. Second time through the Boston order for Roger Clemens. He got Damon to ground out to second base, first time up. He waves at that pitch, 0-2. Red Sox got a run in the second. Manny Ramirez with a leadoff double was brought in on a single by Shea Hillenbrand. Damon will slap that foul over towards the Boston dugout. Of course, they have the screens outside the dugouts here.
New addition to these dugouts over the last couple of years.
A little safer down there now. There's the opposite field. Rivera coming in to make the sliding catch. Nice play. Going to go down to the hook slide to retrieve that on the sinking liner for out number 1. A lot of great moments for Roger Clemens. Let's take a quick peek at one.
I'm surprised they're going back down. I would think they would just stay up.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to stand up.
A new record. Clemens has set a major league record for strikeouts in a game. 20.
Well, that look back at Roger Clemens' first 20 strikeout game brought to you by Hess Express, the store with more. And the pitch to Walker was a strike. Broken bat liner that lands in left center field. Todd Walker with his first hit of the day, 1-out single.
It's hard to figure, you know, Johnny Damon hits a hard line drive, but a terrific play by Rivera to get the out. Now a broken bat base hit for Todd Walker, so his good luck continues against Roger Clemens. Right off the end of the bat, shatters the bat, but that's a good way for the bat to go out on a base hit.
So 1-out, 1-on. Nomar standing in, fly to center field his first time. Still looking for his first hit of the day, riding the 25-game hitting streak. Major League's longest streak of the year. Right after the first one, Roger gets it by him.
Bad slider there too by Clemens. Didn't do anything, just stayed up and in.
Second longest streak of Nomar's career, the longest by a Red Sox member since his 30-gamer back in 1997. It is the 4th time in Nomar's career that he's had a hitting streak surpass 20 games, matching Tris Speaker's club record. Nomar in the hole, 0-2.
Down 0-2, and really Clemens has not thrown a strike to him yet.
Clemens with 4 strikeouts so far today through 2 1/3 innings. It brings the 0-2. Nomar lays it into left field, a base hit. 26 in a row for Nomar Garciaparra. The hitting streak continues, and even better, he does it off Clemens.
It's hard to believe. Clemens did not throw a strike to him in the first 2 pitches. He has Garciaparra down 0-2, then makes a mistake right down the middle of the plate. And Garciaparra picks up the base hit to run that string to 26.
An amazing .374 over the last 26 games for Nomar. And after flying to center his first time, singles to left field, and the Red Sox have 2 on, 1 out for Manny Ramirez, who doubled a one-hopper to the wall last time. This gets away from Posada. Everybody trying to move up. The throw to second is not in time. To third goes Walker as it gets away from Posada, and the Red Sox have 2 in scoring position.
A good aggressive base running by the Red Sox. Walker at second. He immediately took off for third. There was a slight hesitation by Garciaparra, and that's why this play is even this close. Off balance throw, and Nomar, the sweep tag. I'm not sure that Soriano ever really tagged him. If he did, he just got a piece of the leg, but it was too late. Wow, they're going to intentionally walk Ramirez.
With first base vacant and Trot Nixon waiting on deck. Well, Trot's got to be licking his chops a little bit here, as he has had some pretty good moments against Roger Clemens, including a dramatic home run here at Yankee Stadium.
And that's the reason I said, wow, I thought this early in the game they'd just go right after Manny because of the way Nixon has handled Clemens in the past. That is the 11th for Manny this season, ties him with Delgado, and pretty good numbers after the intentional walk by whoever is hitting behind Ramirez.
Nixon, a strikeout victim his first time, 1 of 4 strikeouts for Roger Clemens so far today. Walker at third, Garciaparra at second, Ramirez at first, and 1 out. Nixon out after the first one. They move the center fielder Matsui a step or 2 towards right center for Nixon to pull. One and one now to Trot.
Yeah, Clemens, those first 2 fastballs, trying to turn it over to get the ground ball.
Huge foul off the end of the bat. Back into the seats. Nixon batting now with a count of 1 and 2. If the inning continues, Kevin Millar waits on deck. Now the 1-2. Nixon doesn't chase. 2 and 2. Roger wants a new baseball. Clemens working very deliberately today. The Red Sox have had base runners. They left 2 of them on in the second after they scored a run. They've got the bases loaded here in the third. Rogers had to throw a mess of pitches early in this one. He's ready with the 2-2. Full count. Well, with 1 down, do you move the runners here in motion? It will not be wise, as the Red Sox here with the bases loaded, and you have Millar waiting on deck. And that is ball 4. That'll bring in a run. Walker will come from third, and the Red Sox lead it 2-0. And that'll bring out Mel Stottlemyre. Back-to-back walks here. The first one was intentional, and just the first non-intentional walk of the day from Clemens, and it leads to a run. 2-0 Boston.
Yeah, it looked like Clemens was not real happy with that last call either by the home plate umpire Miller. One more look. That ball appeared to be outside.
Walker coming in, the RBI to Nixon, his 23rd of the year. The conference continuing at the mound. The home plate umpire Bill Miller joining the conference.
And Clemens saying a few words to the home plate umpire about that last pitch.
Well, Kevin Millar will be next. Millar singled his first time up.
Now, Don, I know it's only May, but a win by the Red Sox today would be huge because, you know, they got all this emotion going around here with Clemens going for number 300. They've been playing lousy baseball. If the Red Sox can win this one today, could keep those Yankees in that skid.
And the strike to Millar. Well, for the first time in a long time, it seems as if the confidence level of this Yankees team all of a sudden shaken here over this last stretch. Toronto Blue Jays team that came in and swept them over a 4-game series at their place, which has never happened before.
And if things don't turn around pretty soon, he may be on the hot seat.
Which is remarkable to think about with the success that he's had here and that the Yankees have had. But it does not take much to be on the hot seat as the Yankees manager. Clemens now backing off. Garcia Parr at third, Ramirez at second, Nixon at first with 1 out in the inning. The Red Sox on top 2-0. Up and away, 1-2.
I'll say one thing, the Red Sox are making Clemens work on every single pitch. A very quick first inning, but a very long second. A lot of pitches thrown by Clemens, and the same thing here in the third.
This will be the 69th pitch of his outing today. And it's driven foul off the right side.
Hanging slider that time from Clemens.
So you're right. If he's going to go all the way, he's going to need to be in about the 200 pitch mark.
Yeah, it's and the way he's going right now, he may not make it through 5.
No. This will be 70 for the 40-year-old right-hander appearing in. The 1-2 to Millar. Straight back to the backstop again.
Done a lot of that too, fouling off pitches when they're down in the count.
Clemens, of course, traded from Toronto February 18th of '99 for David Wells, Graham Lloyd, and Homer Bush at the time. And of course, David Wells coming back here to New York again. Time called again. Clemens off the backside. In this inning alone, 2 hits, an intentional walk, then the walk to Nixon to drive in the run. 2-2 to Millar. Last time that Roger won 20 games was 2001 for New York when he was 20-3. Last year finishing at 13-6. In the air to left center field. On the run is Matsui. Dives and makes a great catch. Tagging from third and scoring is Nomar with the third Boston run. But a great catch out there in left center field by Matsui, who saves a few more. The Red Sox lead it 3-0.
Yeah, it saves 3 runs here. Matsui in center field for Bernie Williams, goes into the dive, makes it. Now when he gets up, looks like he was going to throw it toward the foul territory. He doesn't know where he is right there. He looked toward foul territory like he was going to throw it over there, then finally spun around and got it back in.
Disoriented there.
That'd have been something if he'd have let that go in that direction.
The first baseman,
Well, the sacrifice fly for Kevin Millard picks up his 30th RBI in a Red Sox uniform. Ramirez at second, Nixon at first. Hillenbrand singled to right his first time and drove in a run. And Shea with 17 2-out RBIs to lead the Red Sox in that category. A 3-0 Boston lead as they continue to bat in the top of the third inning. Hillenbrand sends it foul off the end of the bat.
When I mentioned he may not make it through 5, I didn't mean because of pitch count. Red Sox might knock him out of this thing before 5. That could have been a blow right there. The one by Millard took a great play. That'd have been 3 runs.
Matsui in center field with a great grab. The 0-2. Hillenbrand strikes out. So the inning comes to an end, but the Red Sox grab 2 runs, and at the end of 2.5 have a 3-0 lead.
It was the crime of the century. Babe Ruth sold to the New York Yankees.
And I meant to find out why.
From W.B. Mason's Low Price Assurance Detectives.
The name's Mason, W.B. Mason. It was 1920. My partner and I went undercover to Fenway Park. After searching high and low for leads, witnesses, clues, I knew we had found the real scene of the crime.
Hello, boys.
We're Low Price Assurance Detectives. Investigating the sale of Babe Ruth.
I know you.
And we know you. But what do you know about this?
My office supply bill, so.
So, that's pretty high. So high, the Red Sox sold something big to pay it.
Something big? Oops.
If only the Red Sox had saved money on my office supplies. Who knows what might have been?
Who knew?
Who but W.B. Mason?
Do you want power? Get out of my way or I'll kick your butt power. Grab all you want during Dodge Truck Power Month. We've pumped it up with your choice of low financing or generous cash allowances on our high-powered best, like the Hemi-powered Ram, Motor Trend's 2003 Truck of the Year. Plus, get our fully transferable 770 powertrain limited warranty. Ford, Chevy, and Toyota don't match it. Hurry, this event powers down May 31st. Only at your Dodge dealer.
We could fix this place up. Yeah, an end table, lamp, couple of pictures, area rug. Then we could call it home.
Best way to clean teeth? The dentist. What do thousands use? Same thing Arm & Hammer Complete Care does. Dental baking soda. Deep clean stains regular toothpaste can't reach. Cleans, whitens, freshens. Try new Complete Care. Your whole mouth will feel fresh from the dentist clean.
Only Remington has the most cutting blades, the fastest cutting speed, and the most total floating head action. How important is that? Well, how important is a close, comfortable shave? Remington, what a great shave feels like.
Don Orsillo and Jerry Remy back at Yankee Stadium. It's now 3-0 Boston. Red Sox get a pair in the top of the third. And the top of the order, Derek Jeter to face Tim Wakefield. Jeter struck out swinging in the first inning. One of 3 strikeouts for Tim Wakefield. And it's now 2-0. Wakefield had a momentary lapse in the second where he walked Ventura and Mondesi back-to-back on 8 pitches in succession and seemed to struggle, but then he came back to strike out Rivera and got Todd Zeal to ground out and got out of that second inning unscathed. There's a strike. 3-1 now to Jeter. Well, a raw afternoon here in New York. An hour and 42-minute rain delay before the ball game. Another strike on the outside corner, that time full count. To begin the afternoon, 52 degrees here at the ballpark. And a swirling wind here at Yankee Stadium. the air to right. Nixon on the move towards the line. Trot will make the running catch. Had to make a late adjustment moving back into his left. Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by your Lincoln Mercury dealers. By LoJack, keep it close. And by Hess Express, the store with more. So one down here in the bottom of the third inning. And that'll bring up Hideki Matsui, who made a great defensive play out there in left center field. At the plate today, he was a strikeout victim his first time up. That one gets away. 1-1 to Matsui. Matsui's 28 years of age. Sends it on the ground. A tough play for Hillenbrand. He'll need Wakefield, who's there. And 3-1 on the put out of Hideki Matsui. 2 down.
I'll tell you, I don't know if it's because of all the rain here, but the infield, they've been getting some real rough hops out there on both sides. That last hop really exploded on Shea Hillenbrand. Made a fine play.
Bill Miller was charged with an error earlier in the ball game at third base. The only miscue for either side today. 2 down, and it brings up Alfonso Soriano, who reached on that error committed by Bill Miller in the first inning. Alfonso Soriano, who almost completed the 40-40 man task last year, had 41 stolen bases, but finished the year with 39 home runs. Was just a home run shy of becoming a 40-40 man, and first by a second baseman. The 1-1. It'll float high and inside. 2-1. Already became the first second baseman in Major League history to be a 30-30 man with his 39 home runs and 41 stolen bases. Sends it in the air to shallow right center field. Johnny Damon moving in and over and takes care of it from number 3. We played 3. Boston on top 3-0.
Hurd has them up to $5,000 or more in discounts and incentives on all Chevrolets, Buicks, Pontiacs, and GMC trucks.
Something great is heading your way in the biggest state in the USA.
Always over 1,000 cars and trucks to choose from at Hurd and Johnston is where people send their friends and family.
It's time you heard the news.
Trust, experience, commitment. Affiliated Insurance Managers. For over 60 years, we have prided ourselves on the fine service we provide our community.
At Affiliated Insurance Managers, we want our clients to know that we don't work for an insurance company. We work with our client for our client.
Affiliated Insurance Managers. Fast, efficient claims processing, prompt professional attention, and sound coverage, all at an affordable price. Visit us on the web or call us at 401-352-3000.
Hi, I'm Julie from the Car Store. Are you looking for a brand new car, but the prices are just too high? Then come to the Car Store, where we have quality pre-owned vehicles as new as 2003, hand-picked just for you. Our fully serviced cars offer the same reliability of a new car, but do not come with a new car price tag. So drive a car from the Car Store that is backed by our 1-year, 12,000-mile warranty and save thousands. So come to the Car Store. Take exit 25 off 95 on Smithfield Avenue in Pawtucket.
Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by Jaguar Cars, born to perform. By Dunkin' Donuts. And by Samuel Adams Boston Lager, always a good decision. Heading to the 4th inning with the Red Sox on top 3-0. 8-9-1 featured for Boston here in the top of the 4th inning. Roger Clemens, through the first 3 innings, has thrown 75 pitches in this one. So very deep into his pitch count already. The Red Sox have left 4 men on base through the first 3 innings. Bill Miller struck out looking his first time. And the first one in the dirt to Miller. Softly lined to right. Mondesi won't get there. It falls in front of him, and the Red Sox have the lead man on board here for the second time in the game.
That ball actually sounded like it jammed Bill Miller, but still able to drop it in front of Mondesi for the base hit. So the Red Sox are not allowing Clemens to have an easy inning, and they did in the first inning, 1, 2, 3, but after that, that's it.
Time now for the Aflac trivia question. Who is the only pitcher to get his 300th career win at Yankee Stadium? We'll have the answer for you in the next half inning.
I was unaware that the Aflac was coming across. It scared me.
I know. You went darting back into your right.
I was trying to make a point.
Doug Mirabelli struck out swinging his first time. We'll hold Bill Miller on at first base. And the first one in there for a strike. Mirabelli had a lengthy and 11 pitch at bat against Roger Clemens the first time, and Clemens ended up getting him via the strikeout. And Posada lunging to his right. Giambi holding on. Bill Miller at first base. A 1-1. Oh, like a broken bat popped up off the first base side. Giambi and Posada. Giambi won't have a play. And it's fouling behind the Yankees dugout.
And the breeze had a lot to do with pushing that ball into foul territory.
And 54 strikes for Clemens of the 80 pitches. Just swirling around the home plate area right now and all over this ballpark. The 1-2. Soft liner into left field for a base hit. Juan Rivera moving over to play it. Up to second base goes Miller. Just out of the reach of Derek Jeter at shortstop. And the Red Sox have the first 2 reach here, the bottom of their order, the 8-9 men to begin the inning.
Well, the Red Sox are attacking Clemens today like he's some rookie pitcher that, you know, trying to pick up his first win. Never mind 300. Very aggressive. Mirabelli with the line drive base hit. Mirabelli 3 for 8 in his career against Clemens. You would think Clemens is the kind of guy that would just kind of overpower Mirabelli, but he's had his share of hits against him.
So 2 on, nobody out, and back up to the top of the order for Johnny Damon. Grounded out to second base his first time, line to left his next time up.
Little sacrifice done possibly to get a couple of men in a scoring position.
I would.
I would too.
They kind of have him on the ropes as Damon showing bunt, snap throw to second and diving back, and doing so safely is Miller. As Posada for the second time in this game is gunned down to second base. Everybody in the Red Sox order has a hit except for Damon and Nixon already in this one. Damon dropping the bunt down, but foul. Outside at third. It's picked up by Ventura. This is something we have seen much more of in 2003, the sacrifice bunt and the bunting in general from this Red Sox squad. And in asking Grady Little, he often says that it has to do with the personnel that is on this team that was not here last year.
A lot early. It has slowed down some recently, but certainly more than a year ago,
which was very little. The 1-1. Damon getting out of the way of that. 2-1. Red Sox have been scoring runs. They have scored 6 or more runs in 29 of 49 games this year. As today is game number 50 of the season for the Red Sox. Damon gets the bunt down. Posada out to play it. The throw is in time, but the sacrifice will go from 2 to 4 with Soriano covering the bag at first, and Damon gets it down 2 in scoring position now with 1 away.
Well done there by Johnny Damon. He just deadens that ball out in front of the plate. No other plate for Posada than to go to first base, and Posada kind of has to rush because Damon had very good speed getting down that first base line. Third sacrifice bunt of the season for Johnny Damon. Well, the infield pulled in by Joe Torre.
Top of the 4th inning. Red Sox on top 3-0, threatening 4 more. Todd Walker 1 for 2 in this one. Good play by Posada, lunging to his right.
Now the base hit here by Todd Walker runs that score probably to 5-0. You probably see some action down in that Yankee bullpen.
There's a strike to Walker, and it evens up at 1-1. Walker singled and scored last time, struck out in the first inning. Clemens enjoyed a 1-2-3 first inning today right out of the gate. Ground out, strikeout, fly out. Red Sox got to him for a run in the second, 2 in the third. He has 5 strikeouts, given up 2 walks. 1 was intentional. He's given up 7 hits to the Red Sox. Foul off the left side, 1-2. Again sending it off the left side. This will get up into the top tier here of Yankee Stadium.
Now these balls that the Red Sox too are fouling out when they're down in the count. I mean, it's very frustrating for Clemens. He's looking for that strikeout to put him away, and these hitters are putting some pretty tough battles on him, building up that pitch count, making it more frustrating for him.
The next pitch for Roger will be the 90th of the afternoon. And that is just 3 1/3 innings deep into his outing. No action yet in the Yankees pen. The 1-2. Walker again fouling it off. Roger having trouble putting him away.
They'd like to throw him, I think, that split-fingered fastball, but it's very dangerous, obviously, with the man at third base. Usually that good one bounces, and you're going to have Posada there to make the block on it.
Miller at third, Marabelli at second base. 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Evens up at 2-2 now to Walker. Sox 12-10 on the road, trying to grab their 13th victory away from Fenway. A little nubber. Clemens off the mound will throw to first, and they get the out of Walker, but in from third comes Bill Miller with the 4th Boston run, and the Red Sox lead it 4-0.
Boy, that's terrific base running there by Bill Miller at third base. Obviously, the Red Sox had the contact play on because Miller, as soon as there's contact, he's off at third base. Watch Bill Miller down at third base. There's the contact. As soon as he sees the ball on the ground, he's gone. And there's no other play for Clemens but to go to first base. Actually, Roger makes a pretty good play throwing from his knees to get the out.
Going to go on against the grain with that throw to first base, but he does get Walker a run in, and here is Nomar, who extended his hitting streak to 26 games with a single to center in the 3rd inning. Came around to score the 3rd Boston run. Top that time to get strike 2.
Had him 0-2 last time, then made a mistake, left the pitch right out over the plate, and Naganciapara picked up the base hit.
This one gets away. Mirabelli coming from third. He will score, and the Red Sox lead it 5-0. Wild pitch charge to Roger Clemens, and the Red Sox have scored 5 times in this one.
Now this has been a total disaster for Clemens here this afternoon. Trying to waste one 0-2 after the mistake last time, and throws it to the backstop.
Now the count moving here to Garciaparra to 2-2 as he missed up and in. Then on the hands, Nomar pops it up. Down from first comes Giambi. Posada will give way to Giambi, who makes the basket catch on the run in foul ground. 2 more for Boston. Red Sox lead it 5-0.
Next time you think about going to Florida, think Southwest Airlines. With our low fares and frequent flights from Manchester and Providence, Southwest brings the Sunshine State closer than ever.
You are now free to move about the country.
For extra convenience, extra value, and extra service, stop at Extra Mart. When you're on the go, you need a little extra. Fuel up on Extra Mart's Deli Joe sandwiches, Brew Boy coffee, and more. For your car, Extra Mart offers the brands you know at competitive prices.
Pick up irresistibly delicious, extra nutritious Nesquik in a wide variety of flavors and sizes. Nesquik, milk made fun.
With over 150 locations throughout New England, be smart. Shop Extra Mart.
Well, that about wraps it up. Any questions? You've been awfully quiet, Bob. Bob?
Thirsty for a cold drink? Try a refreshing iced coffee from the coffee experts at Dunkin' Donuts.
Bob?
The secret's out. Stop by today and try our new caramel iced coffee. Refreshing Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee. Now with the delicious taste of caramel. Just the thing.
And now with a late-breaking story, here's Suzanne.
Thanks, Tom. As the volcano continues to erupt, we take you live to correspondent John Ryland, who's at the scene. John, what's the situation?
Suzanne, as you can see behind me, the lava is covering an area of about 2 square miles. It's a bad situation, but I do have good news.
What's that, John?
I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Don Orsillo, Nesson Red Sox play-by-play. Jerry Remy, Nesson Red Sox color commentary. New England's Red Sox broadcast team on Nesson. We've got your Sox covered.
Don Orsillo and Jerry Remy back in New York. It is now 5-0 Red Sox as they get 2 more in the top half of this inning. And Tim Wakefield back out on the mound to deal with Jason Giambi, Jorge Posada, and Robin Ventura here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Wakefield with 3 strikeouts. He has walked 2 so far, and Alfonso Soriano reached on an error in the 1st inning, but that has been it for New York through the first 3 innings. Sent down the left field line. Ramirez moving over, but that'll get back into the seats.
And of course the Red Sox have that shift on with Giambi at the plate, especially with Wakefield pitching. Lonely territory here for Bill Miller. How'd you like that responsibility? Cover that whole side of the infield, Orsillo. Let's see your great speed.
A great first step quickness that I always tell you about. The 1-2 up the middle. The shift works great. Nomar's there and he throws him out. Well, I've seen it not work a few times. We've seen it against Giambi. That time it clearly did.
Yep. Got a summary coming down.
Let's take a look at the summary, Jerry, with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ramirez a double and a run. Omar Garciaparra single now with a 26-game hitting streak, and Todd Walker single RBI and a run. Clemens struggling through the first 4 innings, giving up 5 runs on 7 hits. Tim Wakefield threw 3 1/3, a walk and 3 Ks. So they told you about that one. 1 down, and here is Jorge Posada. Lined out to third base his first time up. Red Sox getting a run in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and 2 in the 4th. Tim Wakefield, who pitched very well against the Yankees and Roger Clemens last time out, but Clemens able to grab the victory in 299. Wakefield coming in with a 4-2 record to today's outing. Seven innings, 3 runs on 4 hits, walked 2 and struck out 6. Ball 4, the 3rd walk given up by Tim Wakefield. Well, time now for the Aflac trivia question to answer. Our question: who is the only pitcher to get his 300th career win here at Yankee Stadium? Tom Seaver. Back in 1985, former member of the Red Sox at the end of his career.
And I believe he got that as a member of the Chicago White Sox. Carlton Fisk was the catcher that day.
You are correct. Tom Seaver retired with 311 wins, won 5 games with the Red Sox in 1986, which was his final season. Robin Ventura has 1 of 3 walks given up today by Tim Wakefield. The 1-1 on the ground and through the vacated right side. Posada up to second base, and there is the first hit of the day for New York. Comes with 1 down here in the 4th inning.
We didn't see much of Robin Ventura in that first series at Fenway Park. He gets the high knuckleball that time and gets on top of it for that ground ball base hit.
So 1 out, 2 on, and it brings up Raul Mondesi, who walked his first time up. Mondesi now 32 years of age. A quick cut at that one. Odyssey first reaching the major leagues in 1993. He's a member of the LA Dodgers. He's with the Dodgers from 93 through 99. Then 2.5 seasons with the Toronto Blue Jays prior to the trade that brought him to New York. Traded for a Double-A left-handed pitcher Scott Wiggins on July 1st of last year. This is sent foul down the right field line. A salary dump really by the Toronto Blue Jays last year, saving in the neighborhood of $13 million.
Also an attitude dump by the Toronto Blue Jays. He was not a happy camper over there in Toronto, especially after some comments about Carlos Tasco, who was named manager.